When I imagine the collapse of a system, I often find the same sentiment whispered. Nothing matters. That whisper is acid. It eats repair. It doesn't march in with banners. It seeps in through shortcuts, cynicism, drift. To explain, drift is not a single choice. It is the system learning shortcuts as the norm. For example, in politics, a citizen shrugs. All sides are corrupt, so why care? The disengagement becomes silence. Silence becomes precedent because silence is read as consent. Soon, corruption isn't scandal, it's expectation. In business, a manager whispers, "Everyone cheats, so why not us?" Cheating becomes policy because frontline workers mirror management. Policy becomes identity because repetition hardens into culture. No one performing the act wants to have it pointed out. Soon, trust dissolves, and every transaction is exploitation. In discourse, a speaker sighs. It's all noise, so why bother speaking carefully? The resignation becomes habit. Habit becomes contagion because carelessness spreads faster than discipline. Soon, evidence is decoration and words are weapons without anchors. Once shortcuts take hold, collapse accelerates. Collapse accelerates when shortcuts go unchallenged. Discipline interrupts the chain. And so the refrain repeats. Evidence becomes decoration. Law becomes theater. Hospitality becomes exploitation. Each anchor, once hollowed, still performs, but without substance. This is how collapse masquerades as continuity. Civilization dissolves into performance without anchors. ActFo refuses shortcuts. It doesn't fight nihilism with optimism or slogans. It fights with anchors. Forgiveness of debts. Renewal is possible. Forgiveness works because it breaks cycles of permanent loss. Without it, mistakes calcify into chains and collapse becomes inheritance. With it, societies reset, individuals re-enter, and renewal is made real. Rule of law. Equality is non-negotiable. Law works because it binds rulers and ruled to the same standard. Without it, law becomes weapon, serving only the powerful. With it, trust is preserved, rights are protected, and conflict is contained. Hospitality. Cooperation across boundaries is survival, not sentiment. Hospitality works because memory turns generosity into reciprocity. Without it, borders harden into walls. Suspicion replaces trust. Survival fails. These are not abstractions. They are disciplines. They force us to act as if things matter, even when cynicism whispers otherwise. And in acting, we make them matter again. The payoff. Nihilism is the abyss. ActFo is the rope. It does not promise comfort. It promises discipline. Discipline to keep civilization from collapsing into shortcuts and despair. Because once nothing matters becomes the story, collapse is inevitable. But as long as forgiveness, law, and hospitality are enforced, civilization still has a way back.